with all the latest now. It's the ITV News.
Good morning, I'm Sally Bidoff. The killing of 10 people in an American supermarket shooting is being investigated as a hate crime. A white 18-year-old man has appeared in court on multiple murder charges after what police called an act of racially motivated violent extremism in a predominantly black neighbourhood in Buffalo in New York State. James Dunham has the latest.
A busy supermarket on a Saturday afternoon, the scene of mass murder. 10 people shot dead, 3 others also hurt. Violent extremism, authorities say, which was racially motivated on a predominantly black community, now in utter disbelief.
And it is my sincere hope that this individual, this white supremacist who just perpetrated a hate crime on an innocent community, will spend the rest of his days behind bars. And heaven help him in the next world as well.
And this is the accused wearing a medical gown in court. Peyton Gendron, an 18-year-old charged with murder, believed to have travelled from his home in Conklin, New York, around 200 miles from Buffalo, to carry out the brutal attack.
I understand my charges.
After pleading not guilty, he was led away to be taken into custody. US President Joe Biden said he and the First Lady were praying for the victims and their families as people in Buffalo tried to somehow process the horror of what's happened here.
This is the worst nightmare that any community can face, and we are hurting and we are seething.
With the gunman able to live stream the rampage, this massacre will raise questions for online platforms, but also reignite the debate about gun control in the United States. James Dunham, ITV News.
Back home, and NHS prescription charges in England will not increase this year as part of efforts by the government to ease the cost of living crisis. The freeze, the first for 12 years, means the charge for a single prescription will remain at £9.35. The charges normally rise with inflation, but Health Secretary Sajid Javid said they will be held this year to put money back in people's pockets. The fundraising page for Cancer Research UK by Dame Deborah James passed £6 million this morning. The podcast host, who calls herself the Bowel Babe, was presented with a damehood on Friday for her campaign to raise awareness of bowel cancer. Dame Deborah, who is currently receiving end-of-life care at home, has said she's absolutely blown away by the generosity of the public. Finland is widely expected to announce its formal application to join NATO today. The President and Prime Minister are due to hold a press conference later this morning following a special session of the Finnish Parliament. Sweden is also expected to follow Finland with its own bid to join the military alliance this week. Public support for the move in both countries has increased dramatically since Russia invaded Ukraine. Meanwhile, Russia's President Putin has warned Finland that joining NATO would be a mistake. Former Australian cricketer Andrew Symonds has died in a car crash, aged 46. Symonds, affectionately known as Roy, was a big-hitting all-rounder who played 26 Test matches and scored 2 centuries for Australia. He played 198 one-day internationals and won World Cup titles in 2003 and 2007. Tributes have poured in from former teammates and fellow cricketers. And finally, Eurovision favourites Ukraine have won this year's competition after huge support from the public vote.
Thank you for supporting Ukraine. This victory is for every Ukrainian.
The folk rap group Kalush Orchestra were given special permission to leave Ukraine to take part. President Zelensky congratulated the group and said the country will do its best to host next year's contest. Britain's Sam Ryder, who'd been leading the competition for much of the night, topping the jury vote, took second place after the public votes were all counted. Well, that's it from us for now. I'll be back with an update just before 1 o'clock. Until then, enjoy the rest of your morning. Bye-bye.